evaluation, right? How do you evaluate your patent? Yep. So there are three approaches to patent valuation. One, the most basic way is called cost approach. Cost approach are usually reserved for uh, new patent that has not been commercialized. So if a patent is not commercialized, it is very difficult for you to justify that you have so much of future income, right? So you can actually use the cost approach to evaluate your patent. And if you have already entered the market and you start showing certain commercial potential, then you probably want to use the income approach. The income approach is you will probably want to look at how much cash your royalty, the patent royalty can generate to you, and you make a sum total of the total royalty that you can collect and discount to today's value. This is what we meant by the incomes approach. And the third is market approach. Market approach is comparing royalty in a equivalent technology. Let's say if you are in the software industry or you're in the building industry, and this particular technology in this building industry is charging 5% as royalty. So you use a market approach, you do a comparison, you can tell your people that when I want to license to you, I charge you 5%. Why 5%? Because other people are charging 5% in the same industry. So you can use market approach to value your patent. So these are the three approaches that you can use if you would like to put a monetary value to your patent, right? So cost approach, yes, is one of the way to assess early patent, but usually it's lower because the amount of time you spend, the amount of money you spend creating the patent is so it cannot be too big, right? So that is a cost approach. Second is a market approach, market value approach, meaning you can use comparison between royalties in a similar industry. And thirdly, a discounted cash flow approach, meaning you take a sum total of the income that your patent can charge, and you can collate all this income together and discount to today's value. Yeah, these are what you do, right? From the total earning, you break it down to the patented income, and then you do use this formula to count how much your total cash that you can generate from the royalty. So this is what you do in valuation. And there's a bunch of processes that you take into account for you to come up with value. But this is, I would like to share this with you. A patent, how much a patent is valued. A patent is valued, if it's from the ground zero, if your patent is invalidated or expired, right? You look at level A, the bottom. The patent, expired patent or invalidated patent worth zero, no value. So if you start to come up with a patent, the patent is approved, but it has not been commercialized. It has a very narrow claims. It has no license. Then the value of a patent is worth between 10 to 30,000 US dollar. This is the cost that you spend filing the patent because it's not been commercialized. It's not been tested. But if you have a patent which is worded broadly, even though it is not commercialized yet, right? It has a broad claim, then the value has been arbitrarily fixed at about 30 to 100,000 US dollar because it has a broad value and in a big market, it's not tested yet, so the value become higher. But if your patent is you reach level D, there are competitors already selling something similar to your class, meaning there are a lot of users of your technology, then the value goes up to between 100,000 to 500,000. If you have a litigation and you win the litigation, because why people copy you, meaning your technology is good, right? So people want to copy you and you fight the patent in court, the patent become validated, the increase to 0.5 to 1 million. So if you sue a Fortune 500 company and you win, the patent value goes up to 1 million. So if your patent become an industrial standard, there are certain industrial standards that are patented. Like for example, Qualcomm own uh, the 4G standard. So if you own the standard as a patent, then the patent will be worth millions, right? So from looking at the chart, we can do a summary that the value of a patent will increase if it has a broad claim, if it is used widely, and also if it is litigated successfully. And if it is used widely by the industry as an industrial standard, the sky is the limit, right? You can just own the patent and collect royalty if it's an industrial standard because everybody needs to use your standard. So this is a guide, right? To enhance your value, make sure you use your technology, use your patent widely, have a broad claim. And not only that, if you litigate it and you successfully litigate it, people will not challenge your patent anymore and it will have more value. So this is the rule that you need to think if you want to put a value to your patent.